Hey guys, welcome to the Recovery Bout podcast. I'm your host, Eric. We're gonna be doing something a little different today. One of my favorite things to do is play golf. And so I'm gonna play some golf with my good friend, Rhett Walker. Now, Rhett is Dove nominated, Grammy nominated. He's a great singer, and I don't know what kind of golfer he is, but I'm excited to play around with him and just talk about where he's come from, where he's been, where he's going, and just share some things from his heart and what he does in his day-to-day. So stick around, we're gonna have a good time. We're going out on the road with Mr. Rhett Walker today. We're gonna play a little golf. We're gonna watch Rhett Walker bust it 300 yards.
Make sure you get my glutes.
Boom.
That's in their backyard.
Oh, it bounced off the fence.
I heard it hit the fence.
Ka-tank.
Call me the next John Daly. I love me some McDonald's.
So Rhett, how long you been famous now?
What do you define as famous?
Well, you Grammy nominated.
Yep.
Look how poor I am hitting a range ball.
I put out my first record in 2012.
Okay.
Come to the River Records. I've been doing this for 12 years now.
I met you 10 years ago at a men's conference.
That's wild, dude.
Isn't that something?
That's where I met
Dave Wills.
Dave, too.
Dave Wills.
I've been nominated for a few things. Nominated right now for a new Dove Award for Man on the Middle Cross.
I've never been nominated for one thing.
I've never won anything I was nominated for. Blasted.
That's in somebody's yard too, I think. Let's go see what we got.
I think mine only went 3 houses down, though. All right, we're out here. I think, did mine really bounce off a fence?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. You made it 3 houses.
Made it 3 houses down.
4 houses down.
But to answer your question, got 4 records out. Just put out my 4th.
You got into music, really got into music 12 years ago.
Yeah, I was more of a worship leader beforehand, and then signed my record deal in 2011, and then put out my first record in 2012. So 12 years ago, full time since then, doing music.
You and April were already together?
We celebrated 20 years. We were a teenage pregnancy. It was the summer before my senior year in high school. And so we found out she was pregnant, and I had a church rally around us, and they were like, all right, it's gonna be hard, but we're gonna support you.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're living on government cheese, and 17 years old, they ain't giving you big boy jobs yet,
No.
even though I needed the big boy money.
How did you balance being a dad and not letting drinking, drugging, the things that I let creep in?
Yeah, I mean, it was wild, dude. But me and April didn't have a young adult time. We were 2 years married, and then we moved from here to Wake Forest, North Carolina, where Southeastern Seminary is.
Okay.
And I had a professor there that he traveled around, and he was like, I need a worship band. So we moved out there. And I think that was the best thing that ever happened to our marriage. We moved 6 hours away from anybody, and it forced it just to be just us two and 2 babies.
Yeah.
And that led me to end up, getting my first full time at a church. And by the time I was 22, I've been self-employed since then.
No young adult life, 0.
Nah, wouldn't trade it for anything though, the way it's turned out now. Go and hit that tree. Up and over.
This commercial is brought to you by Shrixon. No, I think that's amazing because you could have easily chose, you know what? I don't want to deal with this right now. I would wash away my anxiety, fears.
Yeah.
I turned to drinking for everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have turned it up to 10, if I found out I was going to be a dad.
Leading up to getting married at 17, I mean, of course, it was who's got drinks, who's got a cooler at their house, whose parents are out of town. But I think, man, having Riley, I think it's one of the things that saved me and April, you know, because we had no choice. We didn't have time.
Yeah.
We didn't have money to buy it.
Yep.
And I mean, Lord, we weren't old enough to even buy it.
That's your testimony.
It was, and that's what led to me writing my first song, When Mercy Found Me, because it was like, my daddy's a preacher, and I heard him talk about it every Sunday behind the pulpit, for years.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
That song, that was before I even knew you, and I heard that song. And when I first found the church, I mean, I was deep in it, like crying on Sundays. And then your song would make me cry when I was with my kids. I remember that song.
Wow.
I used to cry to your song. Let's get in this cart so I can go get this birdie.
Awesome, dude.
I love this course.
It's a beautiful course.
Yeah.
I've never been one to write songs or put Jesus into songs so that way radio would play it.
Right.
I just always wrote songs on life lived and lessons learned. And I was like, man, not everybody has a teenage pregnancy story. Like you have your own story and testimony, but everybody has that story where they're like, I remember this is the day that I was like, if I just keep looking to me, it's gonna be a quick road to destruction, you know? And
absolutely.
Jeez. Quit filming, Cam. Quit filming. Hey, that went in. And there's too many nice houses around here for me to be playing this course.
For the 2024 Masters Tournament. Yeah, that was a gimme right there. Chunk it up there. Oh, yeah.
It's nice. It's nice. Calm down.
You didn't bring a putter with you, did you?
I don't need to.
You gonna putt it with that?
Yeah, baby.
Let's see what you got.
It's the game. Kim, you edit pretty well, right? So you can make this look better.
Did you ever struggle with any kind of addiction?
No, I never really struggled with addiction. Like, never really had a problem with, drinking or any of that. There's going to be a moment where you find out, like I said, if it's just you in this life, that's destruction, dude. It's got to be Jesus, Because left alone to ourselves, we're quick to choose whatever we want, and if there's no moral compass, why not? And I think that's the way I started writing songs with When Mercy Found Me, was like, that was my moment. And I think that's what, people that are past addiction or have a history with abuse or whatever it may be, I think that's why they usually come to my music.
Yeah.
And, we all have different moments in our life, but for them it was alcohol or drugs. And I mean, the coolest thing that happened in my career is I've had people give me their chips.
Really?
From like their whatever program they were in. Like, man, this song of yours, helped me go, man, the crap's hit the fan for the last time. Like, I'm going to recovery. I'm going to celebrate recovery, or I'm going to this program, or whatever it may be. And dude, that to me is incredible.
Par 3. It's a long one. It's about 178 yards from here.
Still going to use my driver.
You know, driver? Okay, dokie. Now, those houses are a little bit farther away, but they're still over there.
Excuse me, ma'am. It's for all the big daddies like me out there.
Look, you can put it on the green.
Crap, I got a hold of that one.
Did it go over the sand trap?
I think it went in the sand trap.
Okay, then you're okay.
What we're seeing right now is a big nerd swinging a golf club. And
Fat.
full swing. See it? Beautiful.
What was it like growing up where you grew up at?
From day one, I was the new guy in town, so it was like everybody wanted to fight me. Girls wanted to date me. And it was just like, I mean, I came in with these bad boys, and they were like...
Let me tell you, that physique you got and that tattoo that says mom?
I did that myself.
In jail or something? No?
Dude, I guess I just crushed mine. Where did I hit this thing? Dude, sometimes my own strength is my worst enemy. Oh yeah, I didn't bring a putter with me. I left it in my closet. Hey, Eric. And I didn't bring a putter. It's in my closet. There you go. Thank you, kind sir. Dude, I think should just be here to talk. Oh, well, time out. Yeah, all right. Okay. How would Todd Sturgill play this? Pretty much is for me too. I mean, I'm pretty close. Look at this. Look at this. I just don't have the speed. It don't have... That away. That's how you do it.
That's a par.
Did I just par this? I mean, I did just drop a ball up here on the green.
You parred it. Well, that's going to be on the left, but it'll be down there. Boom. That's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do. It ain't got to be pretty,
Look at that.
Dude, will you look at that? Just look at that.
Look at it.
Would you just look at it?
You know what I appreciate though, Rhett?
What?
Is that you're just a real person, a good Christian, a good leader, and just a real person. Being open.
That's the main thing is like, if God knows it, why do I care who else knows?
Right.
Like,
I found that people love hearing other people's stories, and it's not about being nosy.
yeah. Like even, my story being 17 and pregnant, moving to Wake Forest, Raleigh, North Carolina. And then like I said earlier, like I got this church on Sunday mornings, this church on Sunday night. Just how do I pay bills? With at that moment, when you find out you're pregnant at that age, and I'm trying to homeschool my senior year of high school, which April ended up doing. She would do my schoolwork while I went to work, and my GPA went up. So it worked. We had just moved to Shelby, North Carolina, and I felt like we were supposed to move to Nashville. And I was like, God, like.
So were you wanting to get found in this time? You were like, I want to pursue this.
Now's the time we got to do it. And I felt the need to go to Nashville. And I was like, God, we've moved like 6 times. My wife's going to kill me. That kind of thing. And my mom called and she goes, hey, I don't know what you're feeling or anything, but I think you should move to Nashville. And I was like, what? I was like, have you been reading my journal? Like, what's... And she said, all I know is if you wanted to be a professional surfer, you'd move to the beach. And so I went to April, and April's always been this way. She was like, if you're feeling it, let's go. I didn't give God an ultimatum, but I was like, I'm not going to try. Like, this has got to be a God thing. And I emailed 2 churches asking if they were needing like a worship leader or anything like that. And we were moving to Nashville within 2 weeks. Everything's been twos in our life. We moved 2 years after marriage, away from family, and then moved within 2 weeks, get to Nashville, signed my first record deal within 2 years.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And all I did was I made a CD, raised some money, made like a 5-song EP, and I would go around and have meetings with people. Like I'd go in BMI or like a record label, and I would just leave those CDs on people's desks that weren't there. And my idea was like, all right, if someone sees my name and my face on this CD, then someone actually talks about me. There's this new artist, they feel like they've heard me a few, times. Mm-hmm. So maybe he's a bigger deal than he is. And so I did that, and then I booked a venue and put on my own show. Got a bunch of kids from Belmont that were artists and about to graduate with, music, and had them open and told them to invite all their friends at college. And we probably had 500 people there.
Let's go.
And all the labels came out. And so they just thought I was playing a show because I told them I was booked. I wasn't booked. I was booking my own shows.
It still counts. Tell me what you guys are working on right now. What you got in the pipeline?
I just put out my 4th full-length studio record called Days That We Dreamed Of. So it's out wherever anybody wants to listen to it. And I'm selling hard copies for people that still have CD booklets that they want to add to. You can get those off rhettwalker.com, new merch and stuff. But about to go into a 2-month headline tour called the Days That We Dreamed Of tour.
Where do you tour?
Man, it's all over. We're first couple weekends Midwest, then we're Wisconsin, and then we're headed out Florida, just some Georgia, and then Texas. And then this Christmas, I'm doing me and Cochran and Co. are doing a Christmas tour.
That'd be awesome.
So I think we're coming to Atlanta on that one. So.
Now, was it last week or the week before last I saw you at the Grand Ole Opry?
Yep, played my 15th time at the Grand Ole Opry. And it was cool, man. I had my oldest daughter, Riley. She sang with me on that stage, and then my oldest son, Jet, played guitar with me.
That's pretty cool. You remember the first time you get to play at the Opry?
Yeah. I
probably never forget it.
It's that people ask me that all the time. I think it's the same every time, man, because you go in there, the backstage area, you're like, oh, yep, we're here. But when you step into that circle that Johnny Cash and all the greats have stood in, it's surreal every time.
I bet so.
And then the day after that, we headlined the Sykeston Rodeo, and we're the first Christian artist to ever play this rodeo. And it was their biggest Thursday night they've ever had. So it was us and Warren Ziders and Ludacris. So
I saw you met Ludacris.
Yeah, so it was wild. The wildest thing about Ludacris was they had to clear backstage. Our bus was still there. We had to stay on our bus. They cleared it, made sure everything was safe. He pulled in, they walked him in the green room, and then security stood at the door blocking it so no one could go in there. And I was on the bus, and then I watched Luda go in and then come out the back entrance and just sit down and was eating a TV dinner.
No, he wasn't.
Wasn't on his phone, just
hanging out.
But security thought he was inside. He just kind of went out and about.
Did you get that on film?
I did.
Pow! That's what you want? Pow!
It's what you need. This is how we do
Rhett, do you need
it.
a backup singer?
Yeah. You want to come out on the road?
I need it. I need to come out on the road with you. That's up on the bridge. Just drop with me.
Oh yeah, 4. That's what I aimed over there, and it went over there. Something might be wrong with my club. It's definitely not me. Doing the same thing.
What happened? I missed it.
It went in.
Did it go in?
Yep, pretty sure.
Goodness.
Pretty sure. Wow, man. I hate this sport. I just want to go play pickleball.
Hey, Rhett, what you
shot
doing?
number 2.
Shot number 2. Let's go. Let's get you an eagle.
Get up there. Look at that. See, that's how you do it, guys. Like, I didn't bring a putter. So, all right, boys. Right here.
Let's go.
I shouldn't be here.
Nope. Nope.
Just terrible.
I mean, I wouldn't say terrible.
When you saw how I put it in, guys, Mr. Kennedy.
You're a much better pool shooter. I mean, that's it.
I don't know if I should use this or not, honestly.
You know what I like to do after this is go by the Pink Dipper, get some ice cream.
You know what I like to do after I golf?
Tell me.
Cry in my truck. Oh, man, not going to make it. Hit the ground. Dude. What gives, man?
Golf's hard.
It is.
People think it's easy.
People think wrong.
You just walk out there and just hit balls. The guy that did the message, he was talking about the man on the middle cross.
Yep. Alistair Begg.
Yep. You got to meet him.
Yeah, I went to his church and got to sing the song and kind of share the story. And he said, and the good thing that, you know, like Scripture says, those who call upon the name of Jesus shall be saved. And that's what the man on the right did. And
the man in the middle said I could go.
yeah. And when I heard that, that's when we wrote the song. And I went to Matthew West's house the next day to write it. And he goes, dude, have you seen this clip? And I was like, dude, that's what I was
It's like
coming to
confirmation.
show you. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely confirmation. And I think it's cool that God's using it. For it to be nominated, man, is incredible and such an honor.
And you've sang that song, I mean, all over.
Yeah. My favorite song on the record is the title track, Days That We Dreamed Of. And April, my wife, she actually came up with that idea because we were sitting on the back porch and she said, you know, I think we're living in the days that we dreamed of. And I was like, man, usually when you hear that, that's usually got something, a monetary thing to it. You know, it's like, we bought this or we got this or we made it here. And the way she said it, talking about when we were 17, I was like, yeah, the things we dreamed of was to have a household that loved each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, family dinners with our teenagers still, and you know, just a family that looked to Jesus and went to church together. Had nothing, you know, do side by side to make anybody happy. But
Is it hard to find that balance
yeah,
when it comes to being on the road, family? I know you guys do homeschool with the kids. But
yeah. I turned down Winter Jam for next year. I was asked to do that, and I was just like, man, that's from February to April, and you bust out every Wednesday night, and you get home every Monday. And career-wise, man, it's a great thing. It's the amount of people, it's arenas. It comes to Augusta here.
Mm-hmm.
But I would rather coach softball and coach t-ball.
Good for you.
And so that's just a choice I made. And me and my wife, I think the balance has helped a lot because of that.
Buddy, I appreciate you coming and playing with me today.
Of course.
I really do.
Thanks for sneaking me on this course.
Yeah, don't tell anybody that.
It's an honor to be on this with you.
Man, I appreciate it so much. I love playing golf, so I really appreciate you coming and playing golf
Well,
with
if
me.
you come to this thing because of me, go follow Recovery Vow and subscribe and all that stuff. And if you come here because of Big Sexy right here, Go to rhettwalker.com and buy a CD or a hat. Like, geez, 100% of my proceeds go to feed needy kids.
Are you serious?
Well, I mean, my 4 kids, but yeah, still.
That's awesome. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you coming on.
Just a beaut.
Just a beauty. Hey, thanks for tuning in today's episode of Recovery Valve Podcast. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you would like to connect with us, you can connect with us through email at recoveryvalve@gmail.com, our website, recoveryvalve.com, or you can find us on our different social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. But we would love for you to go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. If you would like to pre-order a copy of my book, Marriage After Addiction, Take Back Your Life Together, you can do that through the store at exomarriage.com, or you'll see a link on any of our social media platforms. I look forward to seeing you again very soon. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Recovery Valve Podcast is brought to you by Goldneck, Newsom Electric, S&S Supplies, Carpet Cleaning Pros of Augusta, Rhett Walker, Atlas Health and Wellness, Norville Fixture and Equipment, Augusta Lawn and Turf, Augusta Dream Center, Bagwell Insurance, Sally Kohler Photography, Burroughs Elijah, Attorney at Law, Communigraphics, Kendra Neal Studio, Kendrick Paint and Body, Coleman Construction, Augusta Magazine, Corbin Jones State Farm, Game Changers, Tree Guys with Ties, Penn Roofing, Aggressors Adventure, Posey Funeral Directors, Craig International. And I want to say thanks to everyone else who's contributed to the Recovery Valve Podcast. We couldn't do this without you.